This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
Good evening and welcome to the Barbados Today evening update for Thursday, March 12. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. We begin with news that fire officers are battling a fire in Halls Road, St. Michael. 3 tenders are on the scene and our team on the ground says 2 houses have been severely damaged and another is engulfed by flames. We will update you as more information comes to hand, and you can also get more on www.barbadostoday.bb and our Facebook page. In other news, a nighttime raid of the pleasure ship, the Jolly Roger, nets a large quantity of drugs. Police spokesman David Welsh tells Barbados Today that officers from the Marine Unit, Special Services Unit and K9 Unit conducted a joint operation around 11 p.m. where a large amount of loose cannabis was found on the floor of the vessel. The weight of the drugs has not yet been determined. 2 men who were wanted by police in connection with another investigation were arrested, and a 3rd man was also detained for using insulting language. Investigations are continuing. A 33-year-old Suriname national appeared in court today charged with possession and trafficking of cocaine. Benito Sylvester, a taxi driver, was detained and referred to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital after arriving in the country and checking into an apartment in Dover, Christchurch. He later passed out 13 packages of the drugs. Guyanese national Roland Felix, who shared the apartment with Sylvester, is currently on remand on similar charges after police found 87 packages of cocaine in their possession. The combined weight, 1.5 kilograms. A major crackdown is on the way against public service vehicle traffic offenders, with about 20 permits already being revoked. A tough-talking chairman of the Barbados Transport Authority, Abdul Pandor, told a press conference this afternoon that they were targeting the owners of PSVs. Pandor also put offenders on notice, including those who refuse to wear the required uniform.
Some people take kindness for weakness. You're generous, you're trying to work with everyone, and they think you're too soft. I just want to let the operators know that we intend to take a strict stance in making sure they adhere to the wearing of uniforms. As I say, we have the process where we can take them to court, but on top of that, we, the inspectors, the directors, and even the civilians complain, and if we have enough grounds that they're not adhering and they're given some warning and they repeat it, we are going to take action against the owners. If it means putting them off the road for a few days, suspending the permit for a few days. And we intend to be serious about this because we see this as a precursor to getting the whole system in order.
Opposition Senator Jerome Walcott is calling for the late Prime Minister Tom Adams to be made a national hero. Speaking at a memorial lecture yesterday to mark the 30th anniversary of Adams's death, Walcott, who is the Barbados Labour Party General Secretary, argued that the late party leader had done more than enough for the country to earn the title.
I say so simply because 30 years after his untimely death, his short stint of 8.5 years remains the most defining period in Barbados' development. And the genius of Tom Adams is that 3 decades after he passed, Barbados is still running on policies and programs he put in place so long ago, as you would have heard tonight. Tom Adams' vision was so compelling that 30 years ago he spoke of persons having computers on every desk at a time when a computer was almost the size of perhaps the screen or larger. Imagine if he had served Barbados longer as Prime Minister.
A major fundraising concert is in the works to help dialysis patients as Barbados joins the rest of the world in observing World Kidney Day. The concert, which will headline internationally acclaimed jazz artist Rosemary Phillips, who is also one of the organizers, is scheduled for April 4th at the Frank Collymore Hall.
We're very, very excited. We're putting this exciting package together to get the message out there and through music, do something positive and exciting to help in a big way, because the Kidney Association has been doing things like sponsored walks for years, cake sales, and one thing that Margaret didn't mention is that they also put money together and bring food hampers for families, because when you have a main income earner who has lost their job because they have to go on to dialysis 3 times a week, they can no longer provide for their families, and the association helps to go into those homes and support them.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Some off-the-field cricket news now, and it's doubtful that big-hitting West Indies opener Chris Gayle will be part of the team's do-or-die World Cup clash against United Arab Emirates on Sunday, all because of a nagging back injury. The Jamaican batsman, who has been struggling with the injury for some time now, could miss the crucial final preliminary round clash, which will determine whether they qualify for the quarterfinals. In news from the region, a suspected case of the deadly meningitis disease puts health officials in the Cayman Islands on alert. Officials are now waiting for preliminary lab results to determine whether the adult patient has the bacterial form of the disease. Meningitis can be spread from person to person, and although 95% of the population is said to have been vaccinated against the disease, officials say they're taking no chances. On the international scene, we head to Bangladesh, where the race is on to find survivors buried under the rubble of a cement factory. Reports are that at least 8 people lost their lives after part of the factory's roof collapsed. We get more in this BBC report.
Around 100 workers were working inside the factory. It was an under construction factory. Basically, it was an extension of the main factory, and 5 people killed, 40 people. More than 40 people were rescued alive, and still many people are missing. But we don't know how many people are missing so far. I had a chat with the local police and local journalists. They cannot even say me what exact number, but they're saying still the number is many. Still they're trying to find out how many people are missing there.
Numbers will always fluctuate in scenarios like this, but are they convinced that if there are many people under that rubble, those people, some of them anyway, might still be alive?
Yes, exactly it is. When I was talking to the local police official, he was telling me that they are still thinking there are people inside the rubble, but still they are hoping that they can rescue more people alive from the rubble. That's one part. Another part is that what it was thought to be earlier that the number of death figure would be very high, but now the officials saying that it is difficult to say how many people, how many people was killed in the incident, because the rescue operation, it will continue throughout the night.
And that's our Barbados Today evening update. But we will be back again at 7 tomorrow morning. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 online TV as well as Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Frenella Wedderburn. See you tomorrow.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? #sexy.